everyone, we're back and we're covering the Bundesliga after a 2-week international break. Thank you for joining us on the previous Serie A show. I'm Martin Green. I've got Tancredi Palmeri alongside me, and you've changed, Tan. You're no longer in your Italy shirt. What are you sporting now?
No, it's just a generic Super Cup shirt from a time that Bayern played European Super Cup. And we have a task here. We have a task because we have started, I think, for this in 30 seconds. Now it's 1 minute. We have to keep the show in 30 minutes. Will we be able? I don't know. First of all, what are the records about this?
I think we can do it. You want the records on Bundesliga?
Yeah.
You're going to ask for a recount if you're not in profit, aren't you?
No, to be honest, I know that I performed badly last week. I know about that. On Serie A, you are cheating me on badly. But on Bundesliga, last week I've been bad.
Oh, do you know what, Tan? I can confirm I was cheating. I was reading out the Bundesliga record, so I apologise. That's the problem.
Mein Gott!
You're on minus 2.4 units for the Bundesliga, but this is I apologise. You're actually on 8.41 units of profit for Serie A.
I am 8.4 in Serie A.
8.4, and it's the best performance of any guest that we have on any of the shows for a particular league. So I must say there that was you were robbed, and we've had a recount, and you are the king of Italian football.
No, I don't know if I'm the king, but it's 8.4. Mamma mia.
8.4, which is great. I am on a slightly I'm on 0.89 units of profit for Serie A, which isn't quite so impressive, but I'm actually on 3.84 units of profit for the Bundesliga. So I'm doing okay on the Bundesliga, which is quite interesting. Hopefully we can keep it going. Alex was doing well as well, but as we said, Alex no longer with us. We have a new bet, which is called the artist formerly known as Alex Classic, which we're probably going to roll out quite a lot during the Bundesliga. But let's before we do our time trial, Tan, let's have a quick hello to Precious, Vlad, to King Petrelli, to Darren, to Anderson, to Fixed Match, hello, to Jonathan Nelson. Let's get the money. Irish John.
Vlad is saying good luck on those 30 minutes. It's already 3 minutes gone.
Let's go. Black Mamba, he's not the king, he is the god. I couldn't agree with you more. And yes, Irish John, there are a ton of bars around the Newcastle Stadium, and they all sell things called trebles, which is obviously 3 shots in 1 glass, a treble, and you down it, and then you drink loads of wine.
Anderson is saying, I don't mind if it takes 60 minutes. If you meet in life someone telling you that, you are a lucky man.
I feel the love. I really feel in the love today. It's great to be here with you guys, but we're still going to try and do this time trial. We've got 25 minutes, and I think we can smash it and hopefully deliver some profitable picks along the way. So we're going to start with Hoffenheim versus Köln.
Can you repeat? Sorry.
Who? Köln?
Against?
Hoffenheim.
I'm loving this.
Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim versus Köln. Right. What are you going for, Tad? What have you got in this one?
They actually have been pretty entertaining lately. And at least some things were happening. For sure were happening better things for Köln than for Hoffenheim. Actually, Köln are being are currently running for the award of surprise of the season. It's very short yet, only 7 out of 34. But for the way they performed, they are running on that 6th of the table. You said we will have a lot of artists formerly known as Alex Classic here. Normally Bundesliga, yes, but to me, not this time around. The only one I will have in this match day is exactly this one. Köln favored, but Hoffenheim anyway, at home, they score and they concede even more. So just both teams to score and over 2.5 goals.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a sensible bet. Do you know what I really like? I'm really tempted to bet on Köln here for the away win. I've been very impressed with them so far this season. You could probably get decent odds on draw no bet as well. Hoffenheim are an okay team, but I feel like they've run out of steam a little bit in recent years. So I'm leaning towards the away team, particularly with the form that they've been in, but not a strong play and not one of my official picks. Ibra's going for double chances, draw or away. Yeah, that sounds about right. But Barcaman's going for a Hoffenheim win. So bit of disagreement there in the tips, but there we go. That's the beauty of betting on a beautiful game. Next up, we have Union Berlin versus Wolfsburg. And Wolfsburg have perhaps not been one of the most entertaining teams to watch so far this season. But they have been effective, Tan. They made a strong start to proceedings, but as we predicted, they've perhaps struggled to juggle the commitments of the Bundesliga and the Champions League.
Indeed. They only had one win, at least was the one win, no, that was one win in the last 6, but actually it was at the beginning of those 6. So they, after being top of the table, they haven't been able to win anymore. At least the thing that is staying consistent is that they score few, they concede few. That's typical of them, and it is actually something typical about Union playing at home. Union at home are one of the most solid at home. Very hard to play there. Anyway, you know that it won't be a game with a lot of goals when it is there. So far, in every match day, I've been able, think, for example, that Union got the joint best home defense of Bundesliga. Joint best home defense. At every Bundesliga match day, I've been predicting an unusual for Bundesliga under 2.5 goals. But almost, I think that out of 6 times, 5 times it went in. I'm gonna pick it in this match day as well. Only once. Last time I picked twice, and one of the 2 only went in. And it's gonna be this one, under 2.5 goals.
Okay, I think you might be onto something there, Tan, because I'm just looking at the stats, and Union Berlin home games see just 1.5 goals on average so far this season. That's both between both teams. So they're involved in a lot of low-scoring home games, and like you said, Wolfsburg like to keep things tight and try to grind out low-scoring wins. So sounds great to me. Okay, we're going to move on to Eintracht Frankfurt versus Hertha Berlin. Now, interesting game. Hertha struggling really, aren't they? 5 defeats out of 7, coming up against Eintracht Frankfurt, who are unbeaten in 5 matches, but they're the draw kings of the Bundesliga. We see another draw here, do you think, Tan, or are you going for home team?
Look, but not only that, looking, the highest thing is that they went into the international break by beating Bayern, Italian Stadium.
That busted a lot.
Allianz Arena, sorry. I mean, that is something that very few in the last decade have been to pronounce. I have beaten Bayern at the Allianz Arena. Very few, not in Germany, but in the world. Very few. And you could, for how good the Eintracht are performing, and it is only lately that they are performing good, because they started quite badly. But honestly, that performance can be only up to Eintracht. My point of view is that clearly Bayern got distracted. But the thing is that always Bayern, in the last couple of years, had some moments in which they got distracted. But now, their distractions are more expensive to pay. Because the defense is still to fix. Alaba is still to be replaced. Upamecano still has to find reliability. So it is about that. But anyway, kudos to Eintracht for being there when it was needed. Hertha are maybe one of the most consistent, detestable team around. You always hear in, hear out, say, seriously, you're still this silly thing. For the way they play, in a different situation, if there wouldn't have been that break, I would say that 3 points were too much to swallow for Eintracht, and now they will be still too heavy on the stomach to perform good. But I think they had time to digest that. So the odds are good enough just to be taken. Eintracht to win.
Okay, interesting. Thanks, Tan. Anderson says there's a Bayern Munich curse whereby if you beat Bayern Munich, you always lose the next match. So he's going for her to double chance. But Dennis says that Frankfurt scoring over 1.5 goals is his banker. Barcaman's going for, I think that's Eintracht draw, double chance, and both teams to score. I mean, Hertha have conceded 15 goals in 4 away games so far this season. That's a pretty shocking defensive record on the road. I know Eintracht aren't exactly banging in on the goals left, right, and centre, but morale boosting win against Bayern Munich last time out. I'm with you there, Tan. I think this could be an Eintracht Frankfurt win, but once again, I haven't put it in my official plays. I do have an official pick on the next game, which is
anyway. Dan is right about this Bayern curse. The only way I think it will be avoided this time is because of the international break that gave them time to set up again on the game.
Yeah. They've had 2 weeks to digest that fantastic victory over Bayern, and now they can figure out how to maintain the momentum against Hertha Berlin. Jonathan Nelson says, my money will be nowhere near this game. That is the best way to play it. If you don't like anything, just pass and move on, because there's plenty of games that I would like to put my money on this weekend, including the next game between Dortmund and Mainz. Dortmund, despite missing Erling Haaland recently, have, pulled off some pretty good results. They won before the international break. They're just a point behind Bayern Munich. They're doing pretty well. Mainz, on the other hand, appear to be running out of steam. 2 straight defeats before the break. Oh, do you know anything about this, Tan? Are we going to get Haaland back? Do you think he's going to recover in time to play in this game?
No, as far as I know, he should recover in time. Anyway, Dortmund got a better points average without Haaland than with Haaland, but that has nothing to do. I mean, it got to do with the fact that they felt more responsible without Haaland, and so they were more focused. In fact, their games were less entertaining. They had a completely different mindset. Yeah. And actually, which is unbelievable, without Haaland, they've been able to get closer to the top than they were, exactly because they made the most of Bayern stumbling, of Leipzig stumbling, etc. Mainz started good, but they said only 1 goal scored, only 1 point achieved in the last 3 games, and the scheduling wasn't terrible, so they should have got much more from that. I think Dortmund, I'm considering Haaland to be back, and so in that case, I'm thinking Dortmund again being clockwork, so to be ahead half-time, full-time.
Interesting. Yeah, I have gone for Borussia Dortmund to win and over 2.5 goals. I think we could see a high-scoring game in this one. I always feel like Dortmund can concede, so I think they'll need to score at least 2 in order to win this game. But I can see them winning this 2-1, 3-1, something like that. So I hope that comes in along with Dortmund half-time, full-time. Who's going in the chat? Ibra's going for first half home win, which tallies up with what you're saying. Barcaman's going Dortmund's winner, both teams to score. That kind of tallies up with what I'm saying. Jonathan Nelson, Dortmund at over 2.5 goals. Yep, Fixed match. I predict the Dortmund lost last year. And Barcelona's also going for half-time, full-time. So we're all coming
nice.
to this.
The update Dan is bringing is saying Guerrero and Dahoud out. Hummels will play. Holland, Akanji, and Torgan Hazard game time decision.
They do have reasonably good strength in depth, Dortmund, in attack, not in defence, but they've got options that they can bring in if players are missing up front. But yeah, I mean, the fact that Akanji's, Hummels, I don't know, is Hummels an asset or a hindrance to Dortmund? I don't know at times. His lack of pace is a bit worrying. But yeah, I feel like they'll concede in this game, but I think they can outscore Mainz. So we're going to move on to Freiburg versus RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig was starting to find their feet a little bit under new manager Jesse March before the international break. They had a really, really tough time of it. Some heavy defeats, but they bounced back. They beat Bochum. They beat Hertha Berlin 6-0. I know they haven't been doing so well in the Champions League, but maybe beating Bochum isn't anything to write home about. But you can only beat the team that's in front of you. Do we think they can keep it going, Tan? Do you think they can beat Freiburg on the road?
Freiburg are in full confidence because they are fighting with Köln for that title of surprise of the season. 4th of the table, solid, just solid. That's the main point. They are solid. They have no thrills, but they are solid, and they play at home. And Leipzig are the unreliable lot, the real unreliable lot. It's pretty tricky to bet on Leipzig in this season, one way or the other, whether you believe them or not. Anyway, the odds are too good to be overlooked, in my opinion, about the double chancing. So Freiburg not losing to Leipzig. You pick. Sorry?
Okay, I think we might be going head to head because I understand that they're unbeaten so far this season. They've made a flying start to proceedings, but I was watching back the games they played last season. RB Leipzig won both of them 3-0. Now, I know it's a totally different RB Leipzig team now, different manager. They've lost their centre-backs. It's not the same team at all. Whereas Freiburg have improved. I just think we're rarely going to see such good odds on RB Leipzig to beat a team of Freiburg's stature. And something just doesn't feel quite right to me about Freiburg sitting so high up in the table. So I think they've got to come crashing back down to earth with a bump at some point. I'm going to take a punt on the away win here on RB Leipzig, but that might not be the most popular. That might not. Well, Ibra's going for the artist formerly known as Alex Classic. No, I don't know. There's not consensus on this one, I guess. But
Barca, man, before I would say that, he's saying exactly the same. Freiburg 1x at 1.6. Many times, Barca, man, is, I don't know if you still see me, many times, Barca, man, is saying my just going with the same prediction I'm going just 30 seconds before I talk. So I am Barcaman. Of Barcaman, it's me, one of the two.
You're Barcaman this whole time. We wondered who he was, and it's been unearthed. Or maybe you're just hearing things from the same higher power as he is. Your picture keeps going, Tan.
I don't know why. Now nothing happened now. I don't know why. I didn't do anything. Okay, here we are.
It's okay. Barcaman again.
It's Barca.
Okay, next up we have...
Again, it's not me. It's not about me.
I don't know where he's gone, but he's gonna still be talking if his picture goes. So don't worry. You can still see my face anyway. A battle of heavyweights. We have Bochum versus Greta Fürth. The two bottom teams in the table, two of the worst teams in the Bundesliga this season. it's probably not going to be a classic game between Greuther Fürth and Bochum. I haven't seen much to inspire us from either of these teams so far. Tan, you're a bit of a disembodied voice right now, the voice of God in this video. But can you tell us what you think is going to happen in this heavyweight clash?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, guys, it's a problem on your side about that. I can tell to the control room because in this moment nothing has changed on my side. Anyway, I will keep going because we have a 30 minutes challenge to run against, and we are still on that race. It's a tight race, while Esteban is trying to fix the problem. This is the game between who is crappier, me, you, like the Spider-Man famous man. If not now, whenever Greuther Fürth can win, and I think it's now. Also, because in the last games they have been, at least they've shown some signs of life. The thing is that when Bochum, there's a picture of me. I don't know what's wrong. What's wrong with you guys? Anyway, thanks for the picture. Anyway, Bochum, when Bochum goes down, man, they go down heavily. It's really bad to see them. So I go with Greuther Fürth to win. I take that. I take absolutely that.
Okay, sounds good. I was just looking at the head-to-heads between these teams because they've been playing one another for several seasons in the Bundesliga too, and both teams to score normally pays off when they play. So I think we could maybe see like a KG 1-1 type of game in this one. So I've gone for both teams to score and under 4.5 goals. I've got plus 115 on that. We're going to read out our official picks near the end of the show. I'm absolutely loving this picture. Well done, Esteban. Good save there. Thank you very much. So we're going to move on to Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Stuttgart. Gladbach sitting in mid-table, but they strung a couple of wins together before the international break, and they're very good at home. A couple of seasons ago, it was a real fortress. Weren't quite so solid at home without fans during the pandemic and stuff, but they've regained that strength at home. So I'm definitely going for them in this game. Do you agree, Tan, or do you think Stuttgart can get something from this one?
No. It's what you say. It makes sense. Actually, the odds on Gladbach are lower than I expected because I thought there was much more. Gladbach don't have a good table position yet because they start very slowly. But the last 2 weeks, which were the last 2 games, were one more surprising than the others. First Dortmund, and then Wolfsburg, which was elite team in that moment. And you know what is more surprising? That a normal fit, like 2 wins in a row, I understand that you can't stay serious just looking at the picture. Myself, I can't stay serious looking at the picture. Esteban, as soon as you fix the problem, that will be welcome. Anyway, I was saying they couldn't achieve 2 wins in a row since last March, and it's not like it's something that big, 2 wins in a row. Stuttgart finally won a game after 5 winless matches, and such a negative streak they didn't suffer since 1 year. Anyway, both they are telling me there is not much they can do. I don't understand why, but anyway, both defenses have issues. So I go with the combo Gladbach to win and both teams to score.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Tan. Yeah, that sounds good to me. I'm going for Gladbach to win and under 4.5 goals. I think they can concede in this one, but I still think they can get the win. We've got 4 minutes to go, haven't we? So let's move on to Bayer Leverkusen versus Bayern Munich. Oh, he's back!
He's back in time! It's the magic of the head!
Time
for the head!
On. Hey! And thanks, Anderson, for saying my pronunciation is very good. Thank you very much. Those German lessons back at school are finally doing it for me. Yeah, very basic level, not too fluent.
Good for you.
Tan, Bayern, as we mentioned, lost to Eintracht Frankfurt. Terrible result before the international break, and now they're just 1 point clear of Bayer Leverkusen. Is it time for them to remind everyone who's boss in Germany?
No, they are not 1 point clear. They have same points.
Level on points. Yes. 1 point clear of Bayern Munich. Level on points with Bayer Leverkusen. Yeah.
Yes. It's unbelievable. Even though I think what is more unbelievable is that Leverkusen are up there. Nobody really expected them to walk the goods so early. It's even more unbelievable the fact that Leverkusen clinched Bayern. You would expect the opposite of that, like a slow start of Bayern, because anyway they know they will make it in the end. Maybe one team like Leverkusen or Wolfsburg escaping at first and then slowly dropping points and Bayern clinching them, but not Bayern conceding the leadership back after gaining that, as they did in the last 2 games. Anyway, what is bad for Leverkusen is that defeat against Eintracht could sound as a wake-up call for Bayern, So maybe it was too early. But anyway, they had won the previous 5 consecutive official games. So let's put everything in the big picture. Anyway, the defense of Bayern is still got issues. They concede a lot in proportion to the chances they concede. It's clear that they are missing the best of Jerome Boateng, they are missing Alaba and everything. Lucas Hernandez won. I don't know if he will be there, but I don't know how much of his mind will stay focused, because yesterday, I don't know if you know the news, if you heard, but a news of an injunction of arresting Lucas Hernandez for sexual assault was released by Spanish authorities. So, you don't really feel in the proper way when you have to live with that upon your head, Pavard is suspended. So an already not secure Bayern defense will have all these uncertainties. Maybe Leverkusen will score a second, I don't know, but I see here a very rich combo, Bayern to win and both teams to score.
I like it, Tan. That's exactly what I've gone for. They very rarely keep clean sheets anymore, but they are going to be fired up for this game. I think they're going to want to remind everyone who the superior team in German football is. And they've just got so much quality going forward. Kimmich and Goretzka in midfield are brilliant players, and I think they'll put a couple past Leverkusen in this one and get the win. But I'm anticipating a very exciting, open and entertaining game. A lot of people are sort of with us there. Leverkusen, both teams to score in both halves. Wow. Hernandez is definitely out. Fixed Match says the artist formerly known as Alex Classic is definitely the way to go. Sounds good. Okay, we just got one more to go. We've got Augsburg versus Arminia. From a great game between 2 exciting teams to
but it's not this one.
Great game. Oh, why are they ending the weekend with this, Tan? Have we got anything for this one?
Yeah, of course, there is always anything. The weird thing is that it's playing bottom greater against the second from the bottom, Bochum, and third from the bottom, Arminia, against fourth from the bottom, Augsburg. But in my opinion, Arminia are way, way worse than Augsburg. So I go straight with that, Augsburg to win. And actually, I have to notice you that we have 30 seconds left before our 30 minutes deadline expires.
Okay, on that note then, Esteban, could you please bring up the picks and we will read them out. Oops. Great to have you back, Tan. That picture of you was fantastic, but it's much more, we can see the animation on your face. I'm going for Borussia Dortmund to win in over 2.5 goals at -105. I've gone for both teams to score an under 4.5 in that Fürth versus Bochum classic. RB Leipzig straight win at -112. Very small stake on that one. I'm not going hard on Leipzig. Bayern to win and both teams to score at +145. And Gladbach to win and under 4.5 goals at odds of +110.
In the big match, for me, it's Bayern to win with both teams to score at +145. Dortmund to own the game half-time, full-time at +120. Gladbach to win and both teams to score at +175. Eintracht will make their job at -133. Union Wolfsburg don't expect entertainment under 2.5 goals at -120. And we are now in the 31st minute mark.
We're in injury time. it's the last minute of injury time. Let's hope no one bangs in a late winner. Thank you very much for that, Esteban. Oh, I'd say we pulled that off, Tan, despite a couple of technical difficulties.
It was a challenge and we lost. Slightly we lost, but next week the challenge is back.
But I think the real winner was just the concept of the video. It was just such a beautiful occasion. Maybe we'll be in for an Emmy or something by the end of the year. Who knows? But thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Yes, Vlad, give us a thumbs up. We've got 16 so far, but I think we can do better than that. All quickly, Ian's asking for a quick parlay. What's your top tip, Tan?
What's my top tip, you say? I tell you, I go with Dortmund to be ahead half-time, full-time.
Oh, I was going to go with Dortmund for mine. Dortmund and over 2.5 goals. All right, I'll throw in Bayern and both teams to score at +145 and get a big old parlay price on that. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. It's been great to have you here with us this afternoon or this morning, depending on where you are in the world. Good luck this weekend. Thanks, Tan, for joining us. Hope you get lots of winners and you carry on smashing the profit out in Serie A too. We'll be back with Premier League and La Liga tomorrow, and then Europa League and the Champions League coming back on Monday. Tan's going to be joining us for that.
In the two of us, yes. Champions League is going to be at 4 p.m. Italian time, Czech Central Eastern Time, 3 p.m. English time, which is 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Come on, just take a time zone Google page and you'll understand.
Just make sure you block out a good 30 minutes or maybe even an hour to listen to us wax lyrical about the Champions League. But do give us a like and a thumbs up on your way out, and then head on over to sportsbookreview.com to read more about it from wonderful pro handicappers such as Tan and lots of other great people over there. So please do that, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.
Auf Wiedersehen.